My name is Sushil, and welcome to my little kitchen. And we will be cooking some amazing European dishes, couple of them, so that you can cook a very fantastic European meal tonight for yourself. Uh, I want to thank Amul India for giving this opportunity to chefs across the country to do this. The products that we'll be using tonight will be Amul milk, there will be Amul cheese, and there will be Amul butter. So the first recipe that we'll be doing is called crepes with spinach, and we're using paneer here. You can use ricotta if you have. That's the traditional cheese that goes in it. But we're using paneer here. That's fine. Paneer and spinach go really well. So that's the first recipe. That's called spinach crepes with paneer. Uh, Second recipe that we're doing is a dessert, which is again made out of crepes. We both the recipes are derivative of crepes. Crepes are thin pancakes. The second recipe calls for orange juice and pancakes cooked in orange juice, and then you can serve it with some vanilla ice cream, some chocolate sauce. You can go crazy with your imagination, but that's the basic dessert that we do. So to start with crepes, we'll finish the crepes first, and then we'll slowly move on to other things that go into it. Rest, here are three things. There is milk, Amul milk. There is refined flour, also called as maida. There is a little oil. So the ratio that is taken here is 150 grams of refined flour. There is 350 ml of milk, and there's 2 spoons of oil. So what oil does is it doesn't let it stick on the pan. And crepes traditionally is a recipe that is made using eggs, but we're doing a vegetarian version. This is completely without eggs. But if you consume eggs, you can just put one egg to the same recipe, and it will give it a little more creaminess and a little better flavor to the whole dish. To make the crepes, all we do is 150 grams of flour in a bowl. You just need a whisk as an equipment. And then you keep mixing flour. You go slow with the milk because you do not want to form lumps in this. But if you do not worry about it because you can always strain the whole batter through a sieve, and all the lumps will go away. To the matter of fact, crepes were formed. Crepe Suzette was formed by mistake. It was formed by a 14-year-old boy who was a waiter in a French restaurant in Paris in 1800s, where he had to make it for a dignitary, and he burnt it actually with an alcohol. You can add Gromanier, which is an orange flavor liqueur. You can add brandy if you have at home. That will flavor the whole thing. Once the batter is formed like a paste, you keep adding more milk. Even if you get lumps here, don't worry about it, it's fine. You can sieve it always. It's very simple. For the crepes, you can do a lot of things with it. If you have kids at home, you can make these crepes. Fill it up with some chocolate sauce, Nutella, just banana slices. Give it to them like a snack, school breakfast item, or you can go gourmet on it and then fill spinach and cheese inside and make it for dinner. Now what we do is we divide the batter into 2 parts because the same batter is used for the dessert. So we just take 3-4 ladles and reserve it for later use. Now to this, all you do is you add teeny bit salt, to make it savory. Now we're doing savory crepes first. So you do that, you can add a little pepper to it. If you have some herbs at home, if you have parsley, if you have anything else, you can always add that to the batter. And just give it a good mix so that the batter gets mixed. And the final ingredient is a little oil. Now, why do you add oil? Is, as I said, it just helps you to help the pancake leave the crepe leave the pan basically. Once this is, you've given a nice good mix, we'll do the crepes first and then we'll move on to everything else. You need a very good non-stick pan for this. That is very important. If you do not have one, I suggest you invest in buying one. When it's a little warm, all you do is you add very little butter, literally this much. Just now, a lot of French recipes call for a lot of butter. Depends on how much butter you like, but if you put too much butter, trust me, your pancakes will be really soggy. The crepes will be really soggy. Sorry for using the word pancake, but your crepes will be really soggy. So all you have to do now is take one full ladle, put in the center. Here's the trick. You do swirl it around till you reach the periphery of the base of the pan. And you'll put it back on the flame. It is, Ranjana, it is a very light batter. It is not heavier like a pancake. It is very, very light. So yeah. Because the quantity of milk is really high and the flour is little less. What you can also do is you can add atta to this. If you are very health conscious and you do not want to use maida, you can add atta that you have at home, whole wheat. You can add any other flour if you want to mix ragi and atta and make a crepe out of it. By all means, you can do that. If you are a vegan and you do not want to use the milk, you can use soy milk that as a substitute. So now what you see is, you see this little coloring on the side. That means the crepes are almost getting done. And we wait for another 5 seconds on a low flame. And we get them out. That's it. Good to go. See that? That's the desired color on a pancake. We'll go with the next one. Same technique. You take the batter and you swirl it around the pan. If you do not have these pans, if you have those appam pans which are really, really good, you can use them as well. But the crepe will be a little concave, but it works. So you have to let it sit for a minute or two, because there is a lot of heat here in the center, and the batter is and the dough is a little soft. So if you put something on top of this, probably this pancake on top of that, it might stick. The best part about these is, if you have a party tomorrow, you can make these 10-15 crepes a night before and put in the fridge. And next day you just fill it up, and I'll show you how to fill it up and make crepes out of it. And then you can just put little cheese on top and you're good to go. So a lot of prep can be done beforehand. You don't need to make these, a la minute and serve. For these, what you have to do is you have to put a little flour in between, like this. Ideally corn flour, but you can also put a little flour on the patch, in the center patch. And then you can put the other pancake on top of this and stack them into a stack of not more than 8 crepes together, because then beyond that there'll be a lot of weight and it'll stick. So again, you see the little color on the side, that means you're good to go. And all you do is, see the simple technique here. Just get it out. Now we'll put off the pan, and then we'll move to the mixture. To make the mixture, what we have here is, we have some spinach. Now this spinach is cleaned and it is blanched. Now blanching is a method where you boil the spinach literally for 2 minutes in salted water, and that's about it. Strain it, put it in ice water, and that is how it is done. So this is blanched spinach here. That's some Amul cheese. This is some paneer, Amul paneer. Here's a little cream here. To season the whole mixture, there is little fried garlic. You can chop garlic and fry it little till it's golden. This is optional. If you're Jain, you don't want to do this, that's fine too. There is salt and pepper. If you like your crepes spicy, you can add some chili flakes, and you can go literally crazy with these ideas of fillings. Mushrooms, you want to put mixed vegetable, just corn and spinach, anything. Now we'll do this mixture. For this, just put the spinach in a bowl. That's around one bunch of spinach. So when you're making it, you have to be sure of how much you need. This is literally one bunch, and it's just handful. So if you want to make like crepes for 4 people, 3 to 4 bunches should be enough. And then you put the grated cottage cheese. The recipe that I'm showing you is for 2 portions. So when you're making it for 2 portions, you have to take half of the batter there and half goes in the dessert. Once this is mixed, little salt as per your liking. I like very little salt. So little salt, very little pepper. You can always spike up the pepper, spike up the chilies if you want. I will not be going with chilies. You can add chilies. Here's a little fried garlic. Fried garlic gives it a nice smoky burnt flavor, and also it makes it a little more chunkier. Very little dash of cream. That makes the mixture a little smooth. And that's it. This is good to go. All you do is you mix the whole thing. Make it a uniform mixture so that your paneer and everything gets mixed. So as I mentioned you earlier, this recipe you can also put ricotta mascarpone if you have at home, but paneer is fine too. Even in the scenario that we are in, and you cannot get hands on regular paneer due to some reason, just make homemade paneer. Just split some half a liter of milk, and then you're good to go. So now the mixture is ready. If I smell it, I can smell the garlic, really nice and pungent. Yeah, our crepes are getting dried there. Now we'll do the white sauce. Now white sauce, then it goes on top of the crepes, and it makes it more saucier. It makes it more creamy to eat. For that, you'll take a pan. Traditionally, white sauce, so there is a bookish ratio, which is 1:1:10, which is taught across the world. Whereas you take 1 part of flour, 1 part of butter, which is 10 grams, and then you take 100 ml of milk. The recipe doesn't work. Now, my belief after cooking for 14-15 years is you always go a little higher on the fat, the butter. So if you're taking 10 grams of flour, you take 20 grams of butter, you double it up, so that when you're cooking, it doesn't form lumps. And then you take the same 10 times the milk of flour. So right now here we've taken 10 grams of flour, we've taken 20 grams of butter, and we've taken 100 ml of milk. Once your pan is nice and warm, we drop in 20 grams of butter, let it melt. So to tell you, this white sauce that we are making, you can also use it for your regular white sauce pasta at home. White sauce, just once this is ready, you can make it a little more thinner and just put your boiled pasta in this with some vegetables, some herbs, chili flakes, oregano, anything that you have at home. If you want to make it really Indianized, you can just put in some coriander chilies also. I mean, who says pasta can be Indian? And you can do everything with that. So once the butter is melted, do not overcook, do not caramelize the butter or let it go brown. You add the flour. And then just with the spatula. Now understand the reason behind saying more fat and less flour, because if you take equal quantities, this will be like a kutti, like an atta, like an equal ratio, where putting the milk will form lumps definitely. But when you do this, you are making a roux. This term is called roux in French, R-O-U-X. We are cooking a first stage of roux here. There is also a myth of having differential temperature, like the milk should be hot and the butter should be cold and all that. Doesn't work. Everything should be, if it's on the same side of the temperature, that's fine. Both are hot, is fine. And then you just add milk all in one go, and then you let it boil. So you do not cook the roux too much, the butter and flour mixture, because then it will change the color and it will not be a white sauce anymore. It will become more of a tan or brown sauce, which you don't want. So that's also called as the first stage roux, or the first stage roux is what it is called as, and then you put See this now the milk is thickening up. This is what we want. You see this? See this. This is good to go. Now, this is a recipe that I've used for the crepes. Now, when you're making pasta for the kids, just double up the milk a little more so that this is a little more thinner. It's not patchy like this, and then you can just put some pasta. If you are a fan of au gratin, which is again a French recipe, same thing. To this, add lots of vegetable, put cheese on top in the oven. You're good to go for an au gratin. We'll keep this aside. The white sauce is ready. Now we'll move on to an assembly part of crepes filling. For that, you turn the crepes around. I'll show you two different folds in this, whichever you like. Put nice quantity of mixture in it. Okay, that depends on if you're serving buffet, you can go a little smaller. If you're serving just for 2 people. Now see this, understand this. This is also called as how you fold spring rolls. Okay, so this has to go over the whole thing. Tuck in a little. Okay, with these 2 fingers, just have a little roll, and with these 2 fingers, get this in. With these 2 fingers, just get the whole thing in. Okay, and then you just go full Monty. Just roll it up. Okay, we'll do this again. If you've not followed, watch it closely. There's the same spring roll fold. You can make it spring rolls like this. Mixture in the center, almost a little towards yourself. At 6 o'clock, now imagine this is a clock, this is 6, 3, 2, 9, 6, 3 and 12. At 6 o'clock you put the mixture, a little in the center, roll it up, tuck it. After tucking, one little fold, tuck this in, hold it here, tuck it in, and when you see this going like this, it has to go a little angular towards the center. All you do is just roll it up. That's it. Your crepes are ready. And once these are ready, you take a steel plate, steel thali, anything that you have at home, something metallic. You just put very little oil. Now why do you put oil is because you do not want your crepes to stick to the thing after you've done cooking. And then you just put the crepes in the center so that there's oil underneath. The white sauce that we made, this just goes on top. Smear it. If you like a lot of white sauce on your plate, you can just put the whole thing. If you just, ideally you should just cover it up. Here we go. The crepes should be completely covered. The goal is that. And last is the Amul cheese, processed cheese. So if you get your hands on the mozzarella that Amul makes, pizza mozzarella or pizza cheese, that is the ideal cheese here on top. Or if you get Parmesan is nothing like it. That's the most traditional way to do it. But any cheese that you have, if you have leftover cheese at home, Edam, cheddar, or anything of any sort, you can just grate and put it on top. There is no hard and fast rule. It's just that if you put pizza cheese, it will melt better and it will look nice. And then you just open the grill mode in your oven and you put it. Now what we'll do is, this whole process takes a little longer time in my oven. Temperature is around 180 degrees for 9 to 10 minutes. And we are live right now. So I have already baked a similar batch. Same thing. It's just kept ready where the cheese is melted and it's there. I'll show you how to plate it. You need two slices, any metallic slices. Now I'll tell you why we applied oil underneath. You see this? The lifting. If this would not have been there, it would have got stuck to the whole plate and then it would have been a mess. The crepes would bake because they're too delicate. You put them in the center. So I grow mustard, I grow a lot of vegetables. Me and my wife grow a lot of vegetables in our little garden that we have. So these are little mustard microgreens that we grew 5-6 days back and they're fresh and ready. So now, why mustard? People say, microgreens, they should make sense to the plate and all that. Understand the mixture underneath is cheesy and there's a lot of fat. Mustard is pungent and it's kind of spicy. So it cuts down the pungency and It balances the flavor basically. Some extra virgin olive oil if you have. If you don't have, that's fine too. There's no hard and fast rule. If you do not have olive oil, you can just eat it the way you like it. And there everybody is crespelling. It's a simple 15-20 minutes recipe. It requires a little prep before, but yeah, service is very simple. You can also do a lot of crepes for your friends, like in a baking dish, like make 10-20 of them and serve it on a buffet. Yeah. Moving on from here, we will go to the dessert, the best part of it, where we will do the same exercise. We'll make the crepes again. But this time the crepes are sweet, not savory. The same batter that we had earlier. All we do is we just put in some sugar. In the same batter, you literally need 1 teaspoon of sugar to make the pancakes a little sweet. Otherwise, if it's just plain, you might feel it's a little less on the sugar if you just have the pancake. You let it dissolve. And then the same drill. Take a nice warm pan, little butter, and let the butter melt. Take one full big ladle and just put it in the center and go swirl it around. Now this will caramelize a little more. This will get a little more color because we put sugar already in this, and also a little color on the dessert is a little more desirable because when something is caramelized, you like it more. It's everywhere. Anything that has a little more charring, a little more burning, you like it. So we will cook this a little more. Meanwhile, on the side, we'll do a orange sauce. So for the orange sauce, you again need little sugar. See, guys, you can go very little on sugar also. It's up to your liking. If you do not want to take so much sugar, you can just have plain orange juice. We will let this caramelize. So this is going to take another 2-3 minutes. But here, once the pancake is nice and charred, we'll wait for another 3-5-7 seconds and we'll get it out. Same drill. All you do is just on a neat clean surface, get it out. Same butter. I can smell the burning of flour on from the pancake. That's very, very desirable. If you like thicker pancake crepes, you can also make thicker crepes by just adding a little more flour to the batter. One thing always make sure is your ladle when you're taking is full, because you cannot add the batter twice to the same pan. So you have to go one shot and just swirl it around anti-clockwise. See this now. The sugar started caramelizing. You can see the caramel. Let the entire sugar caramelize, then it gives a nice charred flavor. Now it's all caramelized. All you do is you just take orange juice and put orange juice to it. We put 100 ml of orange juice in that and 1 spoon of sugar, and you let this boil. Same technique, if you want to store these crepes also, you can just put a little flour or a little corn flour on top of the pancakes and stack them up. It's fine. I think we'll just go a little on the higher flame. This might take a little time. Don't worry about the caramel underneath. That caramel will ultimately dissolve. We've got 2 crepes here. So this is nice and boiling right now. Important step. All you do is, there is an orange zest here that you have. I will show you how to get orange zest out of your oranges. It was a little difficult to get oranges in this season right now because oranges almost have disappeared from the market. So that you add little fresh orange segments to the same thing. Literally 10 grams of butter to the same sauce, and you let it thicken up. Now meanwhile this is happening, I will show you how to do the orange segments and orange zest. I've already made it and kept it here. This is the peel from where I got the zest. The one that I put these little slices that I've showed you. I'll show you how to make them. So all you do is you just fold these into quarters and keep it aside. They're ready, good to go. I'll just show you oranges in a minute, and then we'll move to finishing the dessert. All you do here is knock off the head, knock off the base part of it. Okay, keep it aside, and then you keep it on your chopping board, or you peel it the way you like it. I peel it this way, where you get the peel off in one go. So once you get all the peel off, the white pith, which is generally a little bitter. Now what you do is, you see the white lines here, 2 white lines. All you do is just run your knife to towards the end. Same here at an angle, and you get the wedge off. There's a seed here. You can always knock it off.
Chef Nishi wants to know, can you use do we need fresh orange juice or any canned?
You can use, Nishi, you can use fresh. That is the best. But if you don't get it, you can use Tropicana orange juice. That really works well with this recipe. But Tropicana. If you change the brand, the sugar content goes high, up and low. Then it becomes a little difficult. Now you see, once this is a little nice and thick and syrupy, we will load the pancake. But just one second here. You've seen the segments. So again, just run your knife towards the end and you get the wedges, which these we'll use for garnish. Now for getting the zest, you have to pick up the orange skin, and this is very, very crucial, guys. I mean, just don't do it if you are not confident, because you might hurt your hand. You see, this is what we got, and this pith is a little bitter. So you can knock off the pith, and what you get here is clean zest, and you can cut it. Alright, so this doesn't have the white part. You can eat it, you can keep it, store it, use it. Okay. The final step of crepes is that your crepes are folded. All you do is you load them in. Very simple. Now, this recipe calls also for an alcohol. You can put alcohol when you are putting the orange juice. You can burn the alcohol. The alcohol that goes really well with this is brandy or Grand Marnier traditionally, but if you don't have brandy, is fine. But if you don't have anything, you can keep it like this, the way it is. Eggless crepes, Suzette. You see the nice bubbling and the sauce becoming thicker. You don't want you don't want a thinner sauce also. Understand that. So now we will just plate this and we're good to go. So for plating this, take a flat plate. You just need to put the second pancake. A lot of recipes also call for a little lemon juice on top of this. You can add that as well if you like a little more tartiness in your crepes. You can also add lemon zest to this. So it depends what you like. Some people like more caramel color, more amber color, so they cook more sugar and then do it. We will stick to this, and then we'll finish it for garnish. Here's a little vanilla ice cream scoop that I've already scooped out and kept. You just need nice, good quality mint to go on top. There you go. That's your crepes, Suzette, and this is your spinach crespelle or spinach crepes with some paneer. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop in. I will try to answer everything that's possible. Again, my name is Sushil Multani. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.